Hey, ha ha ha, young man, how are you?
I cannot hear you yet. Hold on.
Well, it should come in. It's been working all day. This is the fourth show today, so it should come in soon, I hope. Not
Huh?
yet, huh?
Yeah, I'm here now.
I think it just my computer's slow, so well, you're good people. Let me do the introductions here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daniel Danny Darling, who works for the Pope. I think he drives the Pope's Formula One car at Indy and some other places. So, plus, I think
Love
the
it.
Pope likes him, kind of like a cousin or a grandson or something, because, Danny's only 14. He looks 16, I know, but anyway, I guess he's used to
Mhm.
my my audience knows I joke around. If I
Yes,
don't joke
absolutely.
around, I get these vicious emails. What in the hell's wrong with you, Potter?
Exactly.
So tell us about you. Please give us some contact information that you'd like to give out up front here, like a phone number, email, whatever you prefer.
Okay. My phone number is 707-631-6894. My email is daniel.darling31@gmail.com. And I am the founder and owner of HTS Life Coaching and Reentry Academy.
And he was an astronaut in a former life.
You
I
would
think
have
he was an
no
astronaut
idea.
the year that Abraham Lincoln made that speech and said we need to go to the moon by the end of the
Mhm.
century. He was on that ship. It used mostly
Mhm.
coal burning spacecraft.
Absolutely.
Well, tell us about your HTS. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, so HTS stands for Hear Their Stories. Um,
And what does it do?
so a little background about me first, because that's how HTS
Okay,
developed.
good.
Um, in 1989, I was 16 years old and I was involved with two other males. They were both 20. And we got into a fight with a gentleman, and the gentleman lost his life viciously.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So 3 days later, we got arrested, and I spent the last 31 years incarcerated.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
So, but at least I made it out. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of things I had to learn and adjust to because I never had a childhood like that, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
16, 17, 18, I was in juvenile hall. 5 days after my 18th birthday, I went to county jail. 5 months later, I was on my way to prison. So
Okay.
with a life
Well,
sentence. So it was
my heart goes out to you, brother. I hope we do a million shows together. No, because
uh,
I'd like to hear not just I want to hear about HTS, but
so
being a journalist for 25 years, I'd like to hear about your prison experience later
mhm,
after the audience gets to know you, We
absolutely.
probably won't do more than 300,000 shows. That's my estimation.
Sounds good to me.
Good.
That
I've
means
already got the word weekly down next to your name. So,
yes. So HTS is derived from that because while I was inside, my first 15 years of incarceration, I was still angry. I thought I was going to die in prison, so there was no reason to be a nice person whatsoever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
California laws changed. We got a new governor in, Schwarzenegger. When he became governor, he started releasing one or two people. Granted, they were like ex-correctional officers, but they were all people with life sentences. And
Okay.
that's when the pendulum started swinging. And then when Jerry Brown got in office the second time, he realized some of the mistakes that he made the first time he was in office, and he corrected some of them. And once I started seeing that people were actually going home, I started to make a difference. So I spent a lot of my time, 12,000 hours in various self-help groups. I've done the AA, NA, but I've done all kinds of different programs.
Okay.
I've done CBT training, which is the cognitive behavioral training,
Right.
and I've dealt with manic depressive episodes and what that looks like and how to spot that just to get somebody some help. I'm not a therapist by any means,
No, no, I hear you.
but
Yeah.
if you don't recognize somebody going through something, you can't help them, you
Yeah.
know. So at
Okay.
least I can get a better understanding if somebody needs help. So I took those years, put it all together, got a lot of certifications while I was incarcerated. Coming home was a whole journey in itself, which we can go into that on another episode or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But because of my re-entry, 31 years of being incarcerated, and I went in when I was 16. So when I went in, we didn't have technology like we did today. We had the very first Nintendo. We still had the telephones that were a brick. The battery, the whole brick was all
Yes. Yeah,
together
yeah. No, I remember.
before the internet, back when they thought AOL was going to run the world instead of,
Right, right,
Google. And
right.
so while we had a credit score out here, it was mainly for getting loans and whatnot. It's not
Yeah.
like today. You need a credit score today in order to get a car, to rent an apartment, anything.
Right, 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 right.
So me coming home, I didn't have any of that. So when I went to the bank to get me a secure credit card, there was a whole bunch of stuff I didn't know, and I felt stupid. And I
I'm
felt like the
sorry for
people
that. I'm
that
sorry.
the
Yeah.
people that were encouraging me had the right idea. They just didn't
Okay.
have all the information.
Yeah.
So when I went in, I felt like they set me up, but I had to readjust my
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we went to it's like a taco bar. You could build your own tacos, you could build your own burrito.
Right, right.
So I went in, I was like, man, shoot me a burrito, give me a pork burrito. And
Damn straight.
the lady was like, hey, okay, what kind of tortilla do you want? I was like, just give me a tortilla. She's like, well, we got flour, we got corn, we got avocado, we got spinach, we got this.
Not used to this many choices.
That wasn't even a thought in my mind.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
like, just give me a regular flour tortilla. And she went to the
Yeah.
beans. What kind of beans do you want? I was like, what do we mean beans? She went through 8 different styles, and I started to feel it. And I look over, my sister and her friend are laughing. So it's
Oh,
these situations that I
yeah.
don't want
Yeah.
other people to fall in. So I created
Right.
HTS. Hear their
Okay.
stories. So here are stories, those that have done the time, we've done the parole, we've successfully completed it. Here are
Right.
stories of how we navigated it. Some things may help people, some may not. Take what you
Right.
can,
Right.
discard the rest, right?
Right. Right.
So me and a bunch of guys, we got together because we're all in prison. It's called an accountability partner. Out here, it's
Okay.
life coaching. It's the
Right.
same thing.
Okay. Okay.
Make sure you're on pace, everything. So we started with this, and then we said, wait a second, what about the guys coming home? How do we do that? So it started with a prison consultation, being a prison consultant, and I didn't like it. So we adjusted to where we're at with the reentry academy. So now I've created a self awareness response management series. It has 4 different books: Understanding Trauma and Reclaiming Your Story.
Have you written and published these books?
I'm in the process of getting them published now.
All right. Good.
Um,
Okay.
I did a thing on syndrome from everything that I've learned.
Right.
Extreme emotional response, which is the follow up to an anger management class,
Okay.
because we all know anger develops and it
Oh
builds up.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
extreme emotional response is when somebody says something so slight, but you blow up. That's an extreme emotional response.
Yeah.
And the best way I can explain it is I'm sitting in my house, I got my girlfriend next to me on the couch, and I go to get up, and she says, where are you going?
Ha ha
My first instinct is I'm in a
ha
house
ha
with 5 rooms.
ha
Pick
ha
one. I'm not going
ha
anywhere.
ha. I had an even
But
more violent response, but I won't repeat it here.
yeah, don't do that. But
Ha ha
so
ha.
for me, I had to think back. What is it? It's control. I've been in
Yeah.
prison all my life. Where are you going?
Yeah.
And it's a police thing. And it's like, leave me the fuck
Yeah.
alone. I'm free now, you know.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I also did one on PICS, PICS, which is post-incarceration syndrome. And these are really important to me because I'm dealing with a lot of trauma still. So I've been home 6 years. I still have to sleep with a TV on in the background. I have to have a light on, and I got to have a
Yep.
fan moving
Yep.
in order for me to go to sleep. But I'll
Yep.
only sleep for about 2 to 3 hours.
Yep.
But in the
I do.
daytime,
I'm the same way. I didn't go to prison, but I've been
yeah,
in jail, but that I have the same thing. TV's got to be on, fans got to be on. I sleep
absolutely.
1, 2 hours.
Exactly.
I'm the same way. So,
But I can go to sleep during the daytime with some noise in the background, and I'll sleep for 3, 4, 5 hours
yep,
comfortably,
same way.
deep
Yep, I
REM
do
sleep.
it. Yeah, yeah.
So,
So, who is your, I know you're going to tell us more, but who is your main, do you, is this a business? Is it a nonprofit? What is it? A
no,
service?
this is a for-profit business,
Okay. And
but
what do you
it
sell? What do you sell?
so I have these four curriculum books right now,
Right.
and I also have a facilitator guide that goes with them. So if because I'm in the process of getting the people for CMF, which is the California Medical Facility, um, get them involved with the community resource manager. And it's important to get them involved because HTS is all about three words: adjust, adapt, and overcome. Those
Okay.
those three words are still above the R&R door at CMF when I went there in 1990 for my reception.
Right. Okay.
And it was just a as I get ready to enter prison, it says adjust, adapt, overcome. And I was like, I gotta adjust to this crap. I gotta adapt to this crap, and I gotta overcome this crap. And it's a life lesson for
Hey,
anybody, right?
yes,
Prison or not.
yes,
Any
yes,
trauma that comes our way, whatever the
yes,
trauma may be, it could be an extra bill. Your car can get a flat tire and you don't have any
yeah,
money,
yeah,
right? These are all
yep,
traumas. They come in
yep,
different forms,
yep,
and you have to adjust to it. You have to adapt, and you have to figure it out, and then you have to
yeah.
overcome it. So that's what all my lessons are about.
So your product is people buying this course.
Mhm.
Do they do they learn the course through the book? Do they take a seminar? How do they learn it?
So you can take the book and read through it, and you'll gain a lot of knowledge from it just from your
Okay.
own personal experiences and reading it and reading the examples. But if you have a facilitator who has gone through what I've gone through in, from being in prison and coming home, then you have somebody with the lived experience that can open it up for you, open your mind up and show you more.
Do you have people like that in your team
I
that you can
have
assign or people can ask for?
So I have a white guy who went in. He has a Delta number, which means he went in early 84, 85, and he didn't come home until after nearly 30 years.
Okay.
And at that time, it's political, it's everything is racial in prison. And he had to toe that line for a long time. And eventually he just said, I'm done. And I've seen him play board games with black guys at a table. So
Yeah.
it's really cool that he was finally able to shake all that. But
Yeah.
he's one of my coaches. I have a ex gang member, a Crip gang member from Los Angeles, Compton specifically,
Very, very, this is very beautiful stuff, man.
and he did
So
31
many people
years.
need this. God almighty. All
Absolutely. And then
right.
I have a Hispanic from LA as well.
Who do you think is your ideal customer?
Anybody coming home that needs to talk.
Coming home from prison
Prison,
or
from
from
prison.
war or what?
Not so much war, even though there's a lot of stuff that we can
Have in common.
absolutely imprison. And I have a great story for that. Um, I was at Texas Roadhouse with an Army vet from Fort Hood, Texas. He was here with his wife, who I know before she married him. And we're here in Fairfield. Next to it is a car wash, and we're talking.
Right.
The ladies are off to the side talking. The alarm sounded for the next car to go into the car wash, and we both dropped to the
Yeah.
ground. We
Yeah.
squatted. We looked over each other's shoulders,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like for him, like I was on the battlefield with him, and for me, like
Yeah.
he was in prison with me. I didn't have to look behind my back, and I knew instinctively when he squatted, this is what we were doing. We were scanning, and then eventually our eyes locked, and we knew there was no threat. We
Yeah.
got up. He gave me a hug and he said, "Man, I had a lot of respect for you before, but I have so much more for you because I understand what you're going through
Yep.
and I understand what he's going through." So I don't want people to go through that. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm creating all this so we can deal
All
with
right.
our not only our childhood trauma, but our trauma in prison and then bringing it home. Because in prison, we don't have anybody to really talk to about this stuff.
Oh, I believe it.
You just you witness it, you go home, and you hope to hell that you can cry in peace and quiet, nobody hears you,
Yeah.
and it's I want to make sure that we are a little bit more adjusted. That's why I became a
How
life
many,
coach.
and you could work with anybody in the United States digitally, right?
Correct, absolutely.
How many, and you work with men or women or men only?
Right now I work with men only, not because I want to. There's females I would love to talk to and
You
socialize
just want
with
to be
and
careful,
figure it.
kind of. Yeah.
I did meet Billy Edison, who did uh, 26, 27 years in the Indiana prison. And we were at an event in San Francisco, and I stopped. I asked her, I said, can I ask you a question about when you returned home? She said, yeah. I said, so I did 31 years. I have to have the light, the TV, and the fan on. And she
Right,
grabbed
right.
my arm like
Ha
it was a
ha
hawk
ha
grabbing
ha.
on. And she said, "Oh my God, the first thing I did was go
Yeah.
buy me a fan."
Yep. I
And
have
she,
got 5 fans in my room,
see,
and I've got one in the bathroom, one in the kitchen. I mean, everywhere pretty much. So,
yeah, I
yeah.
actually have one right here blowing on me as we
Yeah.
talk.
No, I've
Yeah,
got one right here as well.
yeah.
Vornado brand. So,
Mine's Honeywell, but yeah, I got a Vornado in the bedroom.
all right. While we're talking, I'm gonna go on the internet and type how many men, men, in the US get out of prison per, maybe I'll say per month. Let's just try per month. See what
Hmm.
it says. I'm curious how many. Roughly 45 to 50,000 men get out of state and federal prison in the US every month. This estimate comes from an annual total of about 600,000. So you've got a lot of people out there. We just have to get the word out.
Absolutely.
All right. Good. Well, I'm gonna try to do the best I can for you.
I
Now,
appreciate
the
it.
caveats are I have about 12 disabilities. 6 are
Hmm.
mental, 6 are physical. So I can't do a lot, but I will try to do what I usually do. I'm more touched by what you're doing than most of the people that come on my show. I have 2 ladies that come on that are kind of, you're like number 3 out of a list of about 50 right now. So what I'll probably do today is make a very short video that says, "Hey, I know a guy who can help people coming out of prison. I know that 45 to 50,000 men come out of prison per month in the United States. And I'll probably give them my phone number in part so that if I know the lead comes from that video that I made,
Hmm.
gives me information. But God bless you, brother. I was in jail in Russellville, Arkansas back in the 70s. I don't want to overshadow what you're doing, but someday I'll tell you that story. Pretty ridiculous story, but I wasn't in there more than a few days, but the Russellville, well, the Little Rock FBI came down and interviewed me, and
Hmm.
all that crap. So, and I was in jail other times for most of it was protesting back in the 60s and 70s.
Right.
But
Okay.
what is this is our first show of many. Do you want to come on more than once a week or just this once a week?
For now, once a week, I think it'd be all right.
All right.
Just,
Well, so
get the feel of things.
I've got the word weekly next to your name. What is one thing that you want to leave people with this in this first video?
We all have issues. Every
Yeah.
last one of us,
Yep.
no matter how big or how small, because my small could be your big, and your small could
Yeah.
be my big.
Yeah.
So size doesn't matter when it comes to what we're dealing with.
Right.
All I think we should try to reflect on is
Yeah.
the trauma that we've had in our past.
Yep.
We've adjusted to it. We've adapted it.
Yeah.
And for the
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
part, we've overcome it already. So
Well,
whatever situation we're
yeah.
dealing with, we can adjust to it, we can adapt it, and we can
Yeah.
overcome it.
How long you been doing this business so far?
So HTS is like maybe a week and a half. I'm still getting all the
Okay.
licensing
Good
and
for you.
everything,
No, that's beautiful.
but
Very
I've
good.
I've been doing the life coaching slash accountability partner with a lot of my guys for God. I was still doing it while we were inside, just keeping people
So
motivated
10
and
years, 5
positive.
years.
Um, I would say closer to 15.
Okay. Good for you. So
Yeah.
I love what you're doing. I feel like, and and I really do a lot for women, honest to God. So I can say this. I feel like there's very few people out there that are paying attention to the needs of men. And I personally, I mean, I know you're like only a week into this, but I can see a day 2 or 3 years down the road when you say, well, we're trained in trauma response. We could help other men who are not necessarily been in prison with their trauma response stuff,
Well,
someday. Don't worry
yeah,
about it too much, but I just want to I just want to put that out there because I think there's not enough stuff for men out there. I've
absolutely.
I've been through so goddamn much trauma I wouldn't even want to start, but
Yeah.
I've been, almost killed so many times and everything else. So
Hmm.
God bless you, brother.
Thank you.
Let's see, it's 2:22. Do you feel like taking a 10-minute break and then maybe do another show today, or would you rather just do
Yeah.
one?
No, we can do another show. I
All
mean,
right,
it's
I'm gonna
up to
take a
you.
10-minute break because I do have all these disabilities.
Of course.
So let's see, eight. Let's come back at like 2:33. How's that sound?
Okay. Are we leaving this and
We're
then coming back?
leaving because
Okay.
this goddamn machine will delineate the shows better.
Okay.
Oh, I've got equipment. I've got computers that are running on coal because they're so old. I
They're
think
still running.
I think Abraham Lincoln's father gave me this computer here. So
Okay.
so I'll see you about 2:33. Try to log on at 2:32 if you can.
I will.
I think the machine might or might not work better if you're ready to go by the time I log on.
Absolutely.
And if
All
it
right.
doesn't, we'll do something else. But anyway, I love what you do. I'm gonna pray for you on my little 10-minute break here, and
Thank you.
I hope you and your friends have the stamina to keep doing this for 1,000 years.
I hope we're around that long to do it.
Well, there's 45,000 men get out every month, 45 to 50,000. They need
Yeah.
your help.
Absolutely.
So even what, 1/10 of 1% would be a lot. So,
Yes.
all
Absolutely.
right, boss. I'll see you soon.
All right.